What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of FX Hangout, where we talk about tips and tricks that will help you improve on your Forex game. Now, today's episode, I'm just going to spend a little bit of time working with some of course, the basic traders. Just kind of giving you some tips to kind of hopefully speed up looking through different pairs and being able to find pairs that is going to work in your favor or that is going to be a focus point on your day-to-day trading. This particular thing for me helps out tremendously when it comes to, trying to look for scalping entries, intraday, or even swings, because you can kind of just quickly go through. Well, I wouldn't say even swings, but intraday definitely scalping, because this technique will help you quickly go through each pair, right, in a chronological order, so that way you can kind of know exactly the flow of your Euro pairs, your USD pairs, and all that stuff. Because I feel like a lot of times where there's confusion in the market. Oh yeah, before I get started, guys, just make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel, man. Show support and love to your boy for doing the things that he do every single week for you guys. And hopefully, if you like these tips, hey, just keep us going, man. Just share it with people. If you already know that there's someone out there that's struggling in the Forex, definitely throw this their way. Share this video, because I'm telling you, it helped me out. It put a very clear perspective for me, especially when it comes to scalping, intraday trading. This helped out a lot with my speed and going through the different charts to find those quick setups to get in, get out, and be done for the rest of the day. All right. So again, that's the reason why I wanted to share this with you, because a lot of people, talk to me, well, how do you go through different pairs as fast as you do and is able to find setups every single day? Because it seems like every single day there's not really a good setup for me. That's what I would hear some people say. And I was just like, okay, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and put this out so that way it can kind of help beginner traders out, and maybe even more advanced traders might not have found this. But this chronological order, for me, this again is how I do it. And you can take this concept and rearrange it the way that you would like to do it for you. But I'm just saying, for me, this is how I do it. And hopefully it gives you some ideas on how you can rearrange your pairs. So what I'm talking about is utilizing this setup here. Every time on your MT4 brokerage, all right, you're normally able to put a lot of pairs on here. If you click on this box up here, it's like four box, all right, that allows you to pretty much see all the different charts that you have up and running, up and available. And as y'all can see, I got quite a bit on here because when I'm utilizing my intraday or scalping techniques, I look for certain things in the market. And when I see those things, that allows me to go ahead and capitalize on that, and I can quickly make a decision and just be like, okay, yep, this follows my rules, everything line up, boom, enter. You know what I mean? And I'll just skim through each pair until I see those things. So what you have to do, the first thing that you do in order to develop that speed, is first to have the pairs that you want to have on here. Okay. If you look at all the pairs and you have a developed strategy. Now this really works if you have a set criteria thing that you are looking for every single pair that you're looking at. All right. That's when this speed effect helps. Now, if you're just simply going into the market, you're marking up your charts, you're trying to find an entry, and you don't really have a set of rules, this may not work for you. It still would be helpful. Okay. It still is going to be helpful. But if you don't have like a set of rules on things that you're looking for, it won't really benefit you, because you just go to each pair and just kind of be like, whoa, I don't know what I'm looking at. But again, this will help you out if you are definitely a scalper or intraday trader that have a set of rules that you follow, either the time frames that you look at, either the confirmations that you are going based off of. This is going to help you quickly go through and make a conscious decision if this pair is going to be playable for you tonight. All right. So again, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you click on the 4 square up here, all right, so you can arrange your windows. All right, once you do that, you're going to see all the pairs that you have on here, okay? The next thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and get your market watch list available, all right? Have every pair that you either see yourself playing, because I know not everybody plays every pair, but at the same time, I normally have the different pairs up here because, again, there might be a player that I don't play that might set my, qualifications to play that night. And I may play it because everything might line up. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. So anyway, you want to go ahead and put all the pairs that you see yourself playing. If you want to put all the pairs on here, you can. All right. Put them all on here. And then the way that I do that is I just simply drag every single pair over here to this window. Now, again, this is not rocket science what I'm about to show you, but it's definitely going to help you out. And it's probably something that some of y'all didn't really think about doing. All right. Now, once you drag every pair on here, I suggest arranging them. Okay. Simply just arranging those pairs. So what I do is if I go from base pairs, all right, over to my secondary favorite pairs to, different things like that. So my base pairs are going to be the USD for me, right? So I will first put all the USD pairs on this window, all right? So I can arrange them, right? So I put all the USD pairs on, the Euro USD, the AUD USD, CAD, USD CAD and USD JPY. I put all of those pairs on there first because those are the pairs that I want to show up first, okay? Those are all the pairs that I want to show up first. Those are the quick pairs that I'm going to be looking at first. And as soon as you put all of them on, all you have to do is click, hold, and drag over, and it will populate on here, all right? Make sure if you got all of these up and, kind of up like I do, make sure all you got to do because what will happen is if you copy and hold and then drag it over, it's just going to put the place of one of these. So what you want to do is make sure that there's free space, all right, when you're doing this. So that way, when you put it on here, boom, it pops up. And of course, it's going to be a blank screen. You got to make sure you put whatever template that you have on your charts on this one. Or if you don't use a template, if you just simply go off a price action, you put that you use that. Whatever you have set, you can put that on there. All right. And yeah, make sure that there's space, and you just drag over all the pairs that you either play or that you see that your particular strategy works for, and put them on there. Now, once you do that, you want to make sure that you arrange them. Now, how do you arrange them? You can either two ways that you can do this is simply, come over here and just take out the chronological order that you want to see those pairs, or at the bottom. Okay. Now this majority of the time, every MT4 should have this bottom right here. Okay. Where you can see all the pairs at the bottom. All right. And you can simply just move these around. All right. Simply just move these around like this. You see how I got USD CAD or the NZD USD? I can just click on it, hold it, and then drag it in front. And now when I go through these, right, everything is in dress right dress. I got the GBP pairs, right, with each other. I got the AUD pairs right next to each other. And a lot of times, like I said, this makes sense, but a lot of people are not doing this. I'm going to show you how fast I can kind of go through the pairs in just a second. So once you dress them up, I recommend doing this. And this is why I do. I do the base pairs first because for me, they move. The movement on the base pairs for me, I can understand them. I understand them for the most part. There's not a lot of crazy volatility. Of course, there is in the USD, JPY, and sometimes GBP, but for the most part, with the other base pairs, there's more. They're mainly consistent movement. So I like that because you can kind of understand it more. All right. So you want to, of course, you want to label these to your preference. If you say, hey, I want to go through charts that give me the most pips. Okay, well, label them that as such, right? You have those pairs that you want to do and then go from favorite to least favorite. But for me, I feel like that, having base pairs up front, because you'll be able to find those consistent movement pairs first and then go for those speed or those, I wouldn't say speed, but for those high pip type of pairs. secondary. So after I got the USD pairs, then I label it GBP pairs, right? Or I shouldn't say, no, not GBP. I have it JPY. I'm sorry, I'm looking straight at it. I have JPY pairs. And then after that, I go to GBP. Go to GBP pairs. All right, and from there, I go to Euro pairs. Euro pairs, some Euro pairs are not going to move that fast, right? They're not going to have those ADR pip range that are extremely high. All right, the JPY pairs, a lot of JPY pairs and the GBP pairs, they have a lot of pips that they will move in a daily range. So I like to put those as a secondary. So as soon as I find the ones that move, pretty good, you know what I mean? I'll look at those first and I say, okay, these line up, these are good, or hey, these are in consolidated motion. I want to go to something that maybe is going to be doing more impulse moves. So let me go ahead and focus on these, right? And how I do this is, how I go through it, once I have everything lined up, I'll bring up the full screen. Let's say this doesn't add up for me. Then I can that allows me to just quickly go through, right? And based off of the criteria that I'm looking for, I can then say, okay, well, this, I might go back to something like G Chief and I say, okay, well, it looks like it's doing an M top up here. Let's examine it a little bit further. Now I can spend more time with it, right? Now I have more time to spend with it based off of what I see. So that's why this kind of helps out, because now you can kind of quickly go through. You can focus on the time frames that you want to, see first. Like I said, it's all based off of your strategy. You have to have that strategy first to do this. And once you understand your strategy, then you can kind of quickly go through each pair, right? Each pair, and then say, okay, this lines up with my strategy. Let's go ahead and do the analyzation. Boom, you do the analyzation, you wait for your confirmation to get in, and then bam, you're right there. You're in it, you're playing it, and you're done for the day. But this is going to help you with your speed, just simply having them up. A lot of times people will be like, oh, okay, well, let me go ahead and look at this and just drag this over. And then let me try to look at this. No, have all your pairs that you want to have, that you want to quickly go through already here, so you can just quickly run through your pairs and see what you are going to be playing for the day, scalping or intraday trading, okay? So again, I hope that this was informative. Again, I know this video wasn't going to be for everybody, especially if you're more of an experienced trader and you already understand this. But for a lot of times, for those least experienced traders, you're trying to find what works for you, a steady flow that works for you. And I find that this definitely helps out. It will give you a constant flow of just kind of going through the charts and seeing what actually works for you through your first favorite pairs to your least favorite pairs, or however you want to label them. This is how I utilize it too. So again, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. I hope that this was informative to anybody that sees value in this particular one. Please put some comments below. Let me know what you want me to go over next. If it's Beat the Market Maker, if it's Harmonics, just let me know. I'm open to go over any strategy that I know and that I can break down for you and for your development. All right, you guys take it easy.